What is going on, everybody? It is Dylan with Astrodfs DFS, bringing you a brand new video. Today's video, I have my first NHL video. I did this last year or the year before with the NFL season coming in to an end. I usually try to focus on something else to try to get some type of content out there, and I'm making the switch to NHL. I still have NFL content here and there, but primarily it's going to be NHL now. And the schedule is just my days off for work. So I'll have 4 days every week that'll have some NHL content for you guys. So I'm going to get in this two-game slate. I don't recommend playing cash. It's mostly a tournament just because there's so few options. So let's just get into it. I always go goalie first. You figure out your goalie. You figure out pretty much where you want to go from there. For me, there's one goalie that I'm playing tonight. That's Campbell. The reason being is Edmonton. McDavid's out tonight, one of their best players. A couple of injuries on that team, but overall, Toronto, it's just the safer play. Favorites at home. You can't really focus on the St. Louis Pittsburgh. It's very up in the air. It's very close. So Campbell just seems like the guy to go to. And 8100 too. It's nothing that I'm too worried about. And now we go to defenders, which is going to be fun for me. Me personally, I'm paying down at defenders. I'm not going with Letang, Riley, or Nurse. If I were to pay up, it would be Morgan Riley, just because he's going to be on that first power play unit, first line, and against Edmonton. But you do get value in other defenders for Toronto. TJ Brody, but Jake Muzzin is the guy that I'm targeting, 3,100. Getting the first line reps is on the, I believe, second power play for Toronto. Maybe not. He's not on either one. But still on that first unit, which is a guy that you want in tonight's game. Toronto being the highest point favorites, got the highest team total. So that's a guy that you do want. Edmonton, with Barry being out, you get someone like Duncan Keith here at 3,400. Not one of the best plays, but you look at what he does, and it's not terrible. He gets ice time, which is exactly what you want, especially from a defender and playing a team like Toronto that shoots the puck a lot. Those block shots and getting that block shot bonus is something huge that you want. I mean, you look at his price that he's had on DraftKings, and it's fair. It's been pretty much right there. If he gets you a point, that's awesome. He does shoot the puck quite a bit, but you're just looking for those block shots out of someone from Duncan Keith. Like I said, that time on ice just makes it better. And then we go and target the St. Louis and Pittsburgh. Sorry about that. Let me get that off there. I'm going to try to pronounce these names right. Don't kill me if I don't. Colton Parayko, 4,900 is obviously, for me, the top play that I'm looking at as far as St. Louis defense. But I do like Justin Falk here as well at 3,800. I think it's a bit of a pay down. And some of the points that he can produce, I like his time on ice too. And it's, like I said, it's so close today as far as who's going to win that game. But I mean, even you get Torrey. Sorry, let me go back to that. You get Torrey Krug, you get Falk, you get Parayko. Those three defenders are all great to target, and I'd be okay with playing any of the three. And then Pittsburgh, obviously Chris Letang. Like I said, I'm going to try not to go to him. I like other players at value. And not as much with Pittsburgh. The only other person that I'd probably go after, and this is just a maybe, is Dumoulin. Like I said, give me a break. And that's just because of his block shots lately. In his last 3 out of 4 games, he's got the 3 block shots, which gets you that block shot bonus. Plus his ice time is crazy, but I'm probably not going to get towards him at all. Let's go to wingers. So there's quite a bit of plays here at wing. I'm just looking at some of my numbers, guys. That's why I keep looking over. If you see that, I'm sorry. And it's basically the Toronto's, I'd like to play Nylander, and I do think he is the guy that gets you points. But I do like Marner. Bunting as well, being back on the first line. It looks like he was on the first line the other night. Is going to be back there. Definitely, like you don't expect him to score a lot. That's not what he gets out of this line. And I mean, you look at his fantasy numbers. You just want him to be on that line, getting an assist, getting a couple shots against an Edmonton team that allows quite a bit of shots. Other than that, I think, sorry, let me go back to this. I think it's interesting looking at someone like him who just comes in 25, gets at 32. It surprised me the other night when I saw it. This was actually the second slate that I played, but seeing him get 32.5 points, 7 shots, 2 goals, second game is interesting. I wouldn't pay attention to it though. Edmonton. Now, what is interesting is with the injury, some injury. I don't know if it's because McDavid, but we get one of the guys that we saw last season have success, but not really this season. Yamamoto, I got that one right, and I know I did. Is probably going to be on that first line, if not second, but he's probably going to see a tick in minutes. And being 3,200, a guy that we've seen do pretty good last season, getting those opportunities. Hyman's there, 54, easily somebody you guys can pay down to. But Yamamoto is probably going to be the guy that I go to from Edmonton. Seattle, there's only a few guys that I'd go. Cairo is one of them at 4,000. What he's been doing last 2 games, 7 points in the last 2. You just got to ride the hot hand at this point with someone like that. Now he can easily put up 0 points, but what he's been doing in those 2 games, especially with the minutes, is something you want. So at that price tag too, 4,000, it's not like it's gonna kill you or anything like that. Especially you're getting the pay down from some of these other St. Louis wings. Tarasenko is probably the only other one that I target on St. Louis. It's mostly the Pittsburgh. I find a lot of more plays there. I love seeing these fantasy numbers. Really quick, guys, sorry. I love seeing these fantasy point numbers and the salary, and then you read something like that, and it just cracks me up every time. But basically, for Pittsburgh, Gunsel and Rust are going to be my 2 guys that I like. Rust is probably my more favorite, though, at 5,000. And that's just because of him being injured, just coming back the other night. Puts up a ridiculous 52 fantasy points. But, yeah, I just like him for his price point and what he can do being on one of those top lines with a lot of injuries in Pittsburgh. So Edmonton, like I said, McDavid's out. You basically get Driscoll at 77. Now you do get value. I can see it here. Edmonton is probably looking towards Driscoll and McLeod are the 2 that we know for sure are going to be the centers. So you might get some value out of somebody like McLeod getting uptick in minutes. Playtime, it's just the rough matchup against Toronto and a couple injuries there as well. Toronto, you could play any of these centers tonight, and I think they're a great play. I wouldn't go to Kempf. I feel like he's a fair play, especially at his price of 2,500. It's just Matthews, Tavares, and even Spezza here are 3 guys that you probably want to get 1, if not 2, in your lineup tonight. They're probably the highest projected players, Matthews and Tavares, and they're 2 guys that I love for tonight's slate. St. Louis, Riley's pretty much the only one that I'm looking at right now that I feel confident playing on the St. Louis side. Pittsburgh, Rodriguez, and Crosby are both guys that I love playing tonight. So those are my picks, guys. I'm going to try to get better at this. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done NHL, and it's a 2-game slate. So I'm going to try to get better and adapt. But I hope you guys did like the video. If you guys did, please like and subscribe. If you guys are interested in joining me and Astro DFS. The link for our Discord will be down in the description down below. I do post bets on Reddit. I'll probably end up posting bets on the Discord. I just want to get more confident with it before I do that. So, like I said, guys, I hope you do enjoy the video, and we'll see you in the next one.